Las Vegas on fire with his sold-out residency and setting social media ablaze by serenading famous women in the audience. Our Kennedy Rue is here. And Kennedy, you recently sat down with the legend himself.
Yes, that's right, Mara. Usher was in Atlanta to meet and motivate some bright young minds at his Disruptivator Summit, a part of his nonprofit, Usher's New Look. Not long after Usher started churning out hits as a teenager in the 90s, his mom visited the courtroom of a family friend, Judge Hatchett. What happened next would change Usher forever.
My mother sat at the back of the court, saw these cases she told me about, these kids. It's like, there's just no opportunity. She had me come with her. I got a chance to see what she was talking about. I'm like, man, if that young man had an opportunity, had someone to believe in him, had a mentor, his entire life would have been changed in that moment.
If you want to be successful, you got to start early.
It was the moment Usher and his mom decided to launch the now thriving nonprofit, Usher's New Look, a 10-year program that provides Black and brown teens with the tools to thrive in school and identify the right career. He was just 21 at the time. So talk to me about what mentorship, scholarships, and college tours, how has that made a difference for them?
Mentorship, managing to, pun intended, usher them through high school and then on into the private sector. Is any person from any level of business had a mentor, had someone to believe in them, and they had an education, they had the skill, they had the talent.
What environment do these kids mostly come from? Underserved
communities, single-parent homes, homes where there actually are families, but may not necessarily be an opportunity. A lot of the kids that we've been able to mentor are, maybe first-time attendees in college.
Absolutely. And I know you were famous as a teenager.
I don't know that I was famous. I felt like I was.
Right. But was college on your radar, Usher? Was that something that you were interested in? Was that something you even think about pursuing at some point in your life in general?
No, college wasn't the first thought, as I found it at 11 years old. So I found what I wanted to do at a very, very young age.
But famous since he was 16, Usher certainly has had his share of mentors, from Quincy Jones to Harry Belafonte to Diddy.
Working with Puff and him teaching me the ropes, I mean, the very sense of being an entrepreneur, he's been an amazing mentor to me. Because, and in action, because I'm watching what he's done, but I watched what he did. And I saw the trail that he blazed, and a lot of those footprints are still visible enough for us to see and walk in.
Since its founding 24 years ago, Usher's New Look has reached more than 50,000 high school students in 25 countries. And President and CEO Carisha Moore says Usher is hands-on. Talk to me about his involvement and what it means to have such this big entity not only lend their name, but lend their time, lend their actual commitment.
And I would say lend their vision. You know, he is very passionate about making sure that our young people see the world, see what's possible, dare to dream.
When 300 students gathered in Atlanta recently for the nonprofit's 2-day conference called the Disruptivator Summit, Usher was there in person to encourage and inspire them.
So Disruptivator, the summit, is ultimately to bring young men and women from this region and expose them, one, to each other, as they obviously have like-minded interests to explode or either at least recognize some things in their community. But more than that, just preparing them as future leaders.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that the theme is be your own superhero.
Well, being your own superhero starts with believing in yourself. And if you don't believe it, then no one else will.